Let us say, students, I'm going to discuss about the transportation. As we have studied that there is a very important organ in our body which help to pump the blood to different parts of our body. Now we have to study that how there is the circulation of blood in our body. As we have discussed, students, that our heart is four chambered, or all the vertebrates have four chambered heart. Especially we are studying about the human beings. And बालक बोलना बंद करो और अपने आप को म्यूट कर लो. Now we will discuss about. We have discussed that human heart have four chambers, and there are two parts, left part and right part. There is the atrium and ventricle in both parts. Left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, right ventricle. We have discussed that the heart play a very important role in the circulation of blood to various parts of our body. Then what is the condition? We have studied about the double circulation, students. Double circulation. What is double circulation and why it is necessary? We can say, students, that double circulation, the passage of blood twice through the heart. Passage of blood twice in heart. Passes of blood twice in the heart, first on the right, then to the left. First on the right, then to the left. Let us see, students. I have written in very short. We have discussed about the double circulation, that what is double circulation. As we have studied that both pure and impure blood is collected in the heart. Then in the left portion of our heart, in left atrium and left ventricle, there is oxygenated blood. And in right atrium and right ventricle, there is deoxygenated blood. What happens, students? As we have studied about the systemic circulation of blood in our body, then we have discussed that if it is our lungs, from lungs, two veins start to arise. Suppose that it is human heart. Then what happens? There is the transportation of blood from lungs. There are pulmonary veins which carry the oxygenated blood from lungs to heart, and there are pulmonary arteries which carry the deoxygenated blood from heart to lungs. In this situation, there are arteries and veins also. There are the arteries and veins also, and these arteries and veins transport the blood to different parts of our body. How it happens? These are the arteries and these are the veins. This is the systematic diagram of lungs. In diagram of human heart, what happens, students? There is the transportation of oxygenated blood from lungs to heart is by the pulmonary vein, and there is the transportation of deoxygenated blood from heart to lungs is pulmonary arteries. I have written in short. After then, when the blood is collected, pure blood is come into the heart in the left portion, then from here it is transported via the arteries to different parts of body. From heart to different part of body via the arteries. In this situation, when the blood is reached to the different parts of body are different at the tissue level, in this situation, this artery divide into very thin tubes, and that thin tubes are called as capillaries. These thin tubes are called as capillaries. Here I have drawn the structure. These are the structure of capillaries, and these capillaries are helpful in the transportation of blood to the cellular level. To the cellular level. After then, when the oxygen is utilized in various activity, then there is the abundance of carbon dioxide in the blood, and at that time the blood is become impure. In this situation, these capillaries join again to form the veins, to form the veins. And we know in lower class we have studied that the function of these veins are to carry the deoxygenated blood from different parts of body to the human heart. How it collected? In human heart we have studied that there are the right atrium and right ventricle. First the blood is enter into the right atrium. From there it is again transported into the right ventricle, and from right ventricle it again transported to the lungs, again transported to the lungs, where it become oxygenated blood is mixed with the oxygen in the lungs, in the alveolus portion, and this process is again and again. We have studied about the function of heart, that how the heart become functional in our body. There is the rhythmic expansion and contraction, students. Now we have to discuss about the double circulation. Once again, I am coming to the topic double circulation. All these topics are clear. If there will be any problem, then you can ask with me again. Now, students, we have to discuss about the double circulation. How? Well, I have written here that double circulation means passage of blood twice in heart. First on the right and then to the left. First on right and then to the left. What happens? In the right portion, there is the transportation of deoxygenated blood from different parts of body to heart. From there, it transported to the lungs, and from lungs, when the oxygen is get mixed, is again transported to the heart, and from heart it is transported to the body. This double circulation is divided into two portions. One is pulmonary. Pulmonary circulation. And the second one is systemic circulation. Systemic circulation. We have to discuss, students, about the pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation. Now we have to know about the pulmonary circulation. As we know the word pulmonary, pulmonous means हम heart lungs की बात करते हैं. Means what happens, friends, as we have discussed that there is the transportation of blood from heart to lungs, from heart to lungs. If there is the transportation of blood from heart to lungs, then it is called as pulmonary circulation. It is called as pulmonary circulation. If question is asking that what is pulmonary circulation, then we can say that pulmonary circulation is the circulation of blood from heart to lungs only. From heart to lungs only. In second condition, systemic circulation, we can say that there is the transportation of blood from heart to different part of body except the lungs. Except the lungs. There is a difference between pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation. Pulmonary circulation is the circulation of blood to the lungs, from the lungs. There is the transportation of blood from heart to lungs only. In case of systemic circulation, there is the transportation of blood from heart to different part of body except the lungs. Except the lungs. Now we have to see about the further topic. You can write the definition also about the pulmonary circulation. Write down, students. Movement of blood from, we can write here, movement of blood from heart to lungs. From heart to lungs. In case of systemic circulation, we can write that circulation of blood from heart to different parts of body. Different parts of body except lungs. Except lungs. Let us see, students, what I have written. If we are discuss about the pulmonary circulation, then we can say that there is the movement or circulation of blood from heart to the lungs only. In this situation, we can say that there is the transportation of blood from heart to lungs. Then in this situation, the blood come from lungs to heart also. There is the transportation of blood via the pulmonary arteries and pulmonary vein. The word pulmonary is given here. It means there is the transportation of blood from heart to lungs and again lungs to heart. This is the pulmonary circulation. And systematic circulation, there is the transportation of blood from heart to different part of body via the arteries and veins. Is it clear, students? Now we have to study about that how the blood is transported. There are very thin tube-like structure in our body that is called as arteries and veins. We have to discuss about the arteries and veins. Now I'm going to erase this. The tube, or we can say that blood vessels. Blood vessels. Students, as we know that in our body there are very thin tube-like structure, blood vessels are present, and which work is to carry the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood to the different parts of body and from different parts of body to the heart also. We have to discuss about the arteries and veins. These blood vessels are categorized in two categories. One is known as arteries and the other is called as veins. Veins. Arteries and veins. Now we have to discuss about the arteries. Students, as we have studied that arteries are the blood vessels which carry the oxygenated blood from heart to different part of body. From heart to different part of body. In this situation, there are very much pressure on the arteries, due to which it is very thick and elastic. It is very thick and elastic. Why they are very thick and elastic? The reason is that arteries have to carry the oxygenated blood from heart. In this situation, there are very much pressure on the arteries, because when the blood is pumped from the heart, in this situation, there are very pressure. As you have seen that whenever we used to spray the water on the floor, then we use the pipe, and when we start the pumping set or tube well or pump, in this situation there are very much pressure on the pipes, due to which sometime it start to rupture. If it is not flexible, in this situation it become rupture. Same condition is applied in case of arteries. If it is not flexible, it is not thick, in this situation due to high flow of blood, it may be ruptured. This is the reason that arteries are very thick and elastic because there is the very much pressure due to the circulation or transportation of blood from the heart. From the heart. Students, we can say that arteries are the blood vessels. Arteries are the blood vessels which carry oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood from heart to different parts of body. Different parts of body. We can say that arteries are the blood vessels which carry the oxygenated blood from heart to different parts of body. In this situation, we can say that veins are in same condition. We can write veins are the vessels which carry deoxygenated deoxygenated blood from different parts of body to heart. Students, what I have written? Veins are the blood vessels which carry the deoxygenated blood or impure blood from different parts of body to the heart. Now, the veins are not very thick or not flexible. The reason is that when the blood is transported to different parts of body, at that time, when it returns to the veins, the pressure is very less. There are not much pressure, due to which these are not very thick, and it is the difference between arteries and veins also that arteries are thick and elastic, whereas the veins are not very thick. Now students, we have to study about the further topics also. In your book, one line is given on page number 7, that exchange of material between the blood and surrounding cell takes place across these thin walls. The capillaries then join together to form the veins that convey the blood away from organ or tissue. What happens, friends? As we have discussed that these arteries and veins are joined at a network-like structure, and that network-like structure are called as capillaries. As we have discussed that when the blood is passed through the arteries from heart to different parts of body, in this situation, these arteries are divided into very thin tube-like structure to carry the blood at the cellular level. At same situation, these capillaries again join together to form the veins which carry the deoxygenated blood, Okay, students. Now, the another important part of the blood that we have to study is platelets. We have to study about the platelets also. Sometime in exams, it is this question is come many times, that what is the difference between arteries and veins. Then you can write very easily the difference between arteries and veins. I have mentioned here also. Now we have to study about the platelets. Platelets. As we know, students, that it is the most important parts of cell. There are different type of the cells in cell. This is the most important part of cell which help in the clotting of blood. Sometimes what happens, students, when the blood vessels are ruptured, then there is the flow of blood. In this situation, if the blood start to flow and it will not clot, in this situation the person may die. क्या होगा यदि कहीं blood vessels rupture कर जाती है or anyone are get injured and there is the bleeding is getting start, in this situation if there will be no stoppage of blood, then the person will lose the blood, and in this situation maybe he become die. In this situation there is the very important part present in the cell, present in the blood is platelets. That platelets are very essential in the clotting of blood. In clotting of blood, what happens, students? How it is helpful in the clotting of blood? We can say that there is the loss of blood from the system to be minimized, and in this situation it is necessary that the leakage should be prevented to overcome from the loss of blood. And for this there is the platelets. What happens from the injury portion? There is the flow of blood, and when the blood start to flow, these platelets start to prepare the thin structure, and that thin structure is helpful to prevent the loss of blood. There is the clotting of blood, and due to which we can overcome from the extra loss of blood. There is the fixed time period in which the blood should be clot. The time period is near about 3 to 7 minutes. If there is the clotting of blood in between 3 to 7 minutes, then we can say that the person is in normal position. But if the blood is not clot within 7 minutes, in this situation we can say that there is the problem of platelets to that person. And if there is the platelets to the person, in this situation there are two type of bleeding, internal bleeding or external bleeding. In case of internal bleeding, maybe person become die. In case of external bleeding also, the person may die. In this situation, what happens? When the blood start to flow, then there are the thromboplastin and calcium ion also, which is converted into prothrombin and thrombin also, and this thrombin also make a mesh like structure that is called as the fibrin or fibrinogen, fibrin or fibrinogen, which you will study in the senior class. We have to know about the role of platelets, that the platelets help to clot the blood and stop the flow of blood and overcome from the die during the injury time. Now, the last topic that we have to study, one topic is also given students about the blood pressure. Before blood pressure, we have to study about the lymph also. We have to discuss about the lymph. Lymph, students. We know that it is another type of fluid which are involved in the transportation of the nutrients and waste product from different parts of body to the heart also. As we have studied that lymph are colorless fluid, and this colorless fluid or tissue fluid, it is also called as tissue fluid. It is also called as tissue fluid. We can say that this tissue fluid is helpful in the transportation of material to different parts of body at the cellular level, and it is also help to transport the proteins to to the various part of body. As we know, students, that these limbs are colorless fluid. These limbs are colorless fluid, and it transport the material to diet organ where the blood is not reached in easy way. उन जगहों पर जहां पर ब्लड आसानी से नहीं पहुंच पाता है, उन जगहों पर हमारे बॉडी को न्यूट्रिएंट्स की जरूरत पड़ती है, और उसको पहुंचाने के लिए कौन काम करता है? लिम्फ काम करता है. इट हेल्प इन द ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ मटेरियल to that part where the blood is not reach easily, and it open into the lymphatic vessels also. It open into the lymphatic vessels, and these lymphatic vessels, we can say that the lymph drains into the lymphatic capillaries and from the intercellular space which join to form the large lymph vessels, and they finally open into the larger vessels. Lymph carry the digested and absorbed fat material to different parts of body at the cellular level. Now the time is very less, only 10 minutes remain. Before unmute to all of you, I will discuss about the blood pressure also. It is given in your book, but before this we will discuss to each other. Let us see, students. We have discussed about the circulation of blood. If there is any problem, then you can ask one by one.
Excuse me, sir.
Capillaries. What is capillaries?
Yes, students.
Hello.
Capillaries.
What is capillaries?
Speak one by one. What are you asking?
What is capillaries?
Capillaries are the very
Thin
thin
ones.
blood vessels which connect the arteries and veins. Arteries और veins को connect करने के लिए very thin tube-like structure होते हैं, जिनको हम capillaries कहते हैं.
यदि present कहाँ पर होता है?
It is present at the cellular level. हमारे पूरे body में capillaries उपस्थित होती हैं.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, speak.
Sir, blood किडनी में कब जाता है?
What?
Sir, blood कब